everybody, welcome back. Today we're getting reflective. Now, as you're probably aware, the end of the academic season is upon us and it's almost time for me to move out of halls. So in honour of that, I'm going to be talking you through the 5 different things that I've learned from living in student halls. So I'm not going to ramble, we're going to get straight into it with number 1, which is confidence. There is no doubt that living in student accommodation will do wonders for your confidence. I honestly feel like I have changed so much in myself. I am so much more confident and outgoing than I was when I was in high school, and I feel like a lot of that is due to living in student halls. When you move into halls, you need to put yourself out there, there's no doubt about it. And although it can be quite scary at the beginning, it is the only way that you're going to find your friends and make your new little circle, and that is going to do so much for your inner confidence, your happiness. It's just, When I moved into halls in first year, I literally opened the door to my flat, at which point my flatmate Claudia, who is now one of my best friends, jumped out of her room, threw her head around the door, and she was like, "Oh my god, hi, welcome, blah 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 blah." And then we had the full hug thing, and when I was sitting in my room later that day, my head just went straight back to that and how I felt so comfortable because Claudia had made such the effort. She was so friendly and welcoming, and I just thought, if I can do that to someone else and make them feel as comfortable as what Claudia made me, then that is like the best thing ever. So I decided kind of at that point I need to push myself out of my comfort zone, be a bit more confident, and it's brought me to where I am now. And number 2, you're either going to become a lot more messy or a lot more clean than what you were at home. And depending on which way you go, it's going to have some serious repercussions. Personally, from moving out of home and moving into student halls, I've realised how much I need a nice, tidy, clean workspace, a clean kitchen, and now I work to keep it that way. Whereas a lot of people will move out of home and go a little bit power crazy because they've not got their parents there anymore and just not tidy up. And I'm saying this now, if that is you, please try to change. I mean, if you move out and become the messy one in your flat, there is no doubt about it that you're going to be the brunt of a lot of jokes. Nobody wants to live in a dump of a flat, so learn to clean up after yourself because it's going to make the flat politics run a lot smoother. It's going to make you a better person, and why would you want to abuse your new home? So just a little bit of food for thought there. Just try and be clean. It's not that difficult. The third thing that I have learned from living in halls is that cooking isn't actually that difficult. I've learned that I can actually cook decent meals for myself. I've kept myself alive for nearly 2 years now. I now know how to make so many different meals that I wouldn't have known how to make if I'd stayed at home. And I've also learned that using a recipe isn't cheating. If you're a little bit stuck for ideas, if you don't know what to cook, if you don't know how to cook it, just Google it. Honestly, BBC Good Food, any of those websites have been a saviour to me. Also, I've loved just scrolling through different foodie Instagram accounts, getting some inspiration about what I want to cook myself, and it's really made me a lot more creative in my cooking. So if you are moving out sometime soon, look forward to getting your chef's hat on. And the 4th thing that I've learned is maybe one of the most important, and that is you learn not to take for granted what you have. It's so easy when you live at home just to sit and get your meals cooked for you, get your washing done, get the tidying done, but moving out really makes you realise how lucky you were for all the work that your parents or your family or whoever you're living with has put in. You appreciate what goes into making that house your home, and when you eventually go back home for a weekend or for a holiday, you will learn to appreciate it so much more. It really is the small things, like once you move out and you realise that you're doing it all yourself, you realise how much work actually goes into being an adult. Which is fun, but you do learn to appreciate your mum's ironing skills. That's all I'm gonna say. And the last thing that I've learned from living in student halls is that moving out is one of the best things that you can do. From the moment that I started to apply to universities, I knew that I wanted to move out of home. I was ready for a change, I needed that change, and so I just had it in my head that I would be moving out. But I know a lot of people get torn up about it, whether to move out or to stay at home, but honestly I would highly recommend moving out into halls. My first friends I made when I moved to Aberdeen were my flatmates. I then got to know so many more people from flat parties, just chilling outside, and it really becomes a community. Not only that, you learn to do so much more for yourself. You learn to value cleanliness, your space, your money, and I think that the time that I've had in halls has really made me grow as a person and become who I am today. So if you guys are stuck, don't know what to do, I would highly recommend looking into student halls. It's a great time. It's a great time. So there we have it. Those are the 5 things I've learned from living in student halls. And that list could go on and on and on and on and on. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you're living in student halls at the moment, let me know down below in the comments some of the things that you've learned from your time in halls. And if you're looking to move out for university this year, what things are you excited for? What things are you nervous for? Let's have a chat, let's have a discussion down below. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I will see you again very soon. Bye bye! Mwah.